As it's been said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And never let the great stand in front of the good. And here I am today doing my very first video, shooting this from the heart, no script, no AI. My name is Marcus, and I am the author of Unbroken, Walking on New Ground, which can be found on Amazon. I authored Unbroken at the request of countless conscientious souls who, after hearing my story, encouraged me to put pen to paper and write a book. And that's what I did. After I finished the book, a few friends read it and said, "Well, you should publish this." And I said, okay. Well, then once I started looking into publishing, I found that the really good publishing companies, they don't take first-time authors. And the ones that pay to play don't always deliver on their promises. So the third option was self-publishing on Amazon, which was very challenging, but it puts the book out there. I didn't write Unbroken, Walking on New Ground to make money. Like I said, I wrote it to at the request of countless people who asked me to write the book. And then after I wrote it, I published it. Got a few 5-star ratings, and people think that it's a great book. Why would I write a book, I guess would be the question. Without giving out too much in the very first video, I've been through basically everything someone could be through, whether it was childhood abuse, addictions, my accident, which left me paralyzed and diagnosed to never walk again. I spent 3 years in a wheelchair and then multiple years on leg braces and crutches. I still wear a brace. And after all of that, I do not see myself as a victim. And I think a lot of times when people go through things, they have a victim mentality. And I see myself as a survivor and a champion of challenges that have been put in front of me. One of the reasons that I wrote the book. I would consider Unbroken, Walking on New Ground, inspirational memoir infused with deep philosophical contemplations and stoicism. I use these to get through a challenging life. I live in chronic pain, and I am proud to say I don't take pain medication. I've fought through depression. I do not take antidepressants anymore, and I use a homeopathic approach to health. Back in 2012, I did a body transformation when I was 39 turning 40, and I learned a lot from that. That got a national recognition from bodybuilding.com. I wrote a little bit about that too. You know, in life, challenges are inevitable. Defeat is optional. And I believe that to be true. You know, with the right mindset, I truly believe we can get through anything. Now, I will take credit for a lot of determination in getting up and mobile again, but I will give the credit to God and good karma and celestial divinity. I don't want to give away too much of what's in the book, but it was all the ingredients that got me out of the wheelchair and up and walking again. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos to share the knowledge that I've learned in getting through the challenges and regaining my mobility and being better for it. You know, when we come up with these things in life, they can either break us down or they can build us up. And I firmly believe it's up to us. It's up to our thought processes that are going to make the difference between succumbing to a challenge and overcoming the challenge. It's been said that the mind can make hell of heaven or heaven of hell. And I truly believe that to be true. You know, an attitude of gratitude goes a long way. In ending this video, like I said, this is unscripted. I'm just going straight from the heart and what comes up into my thought processes. And When I was paralyzed, I was 25. I'm not going to go into how and why and right now, but I will say this. At the age of 25, to lose my mobility, I did never thought anything could have been worse, right? That's it, being paralyzed, being a strapping young man with my life ahead of me, and then all of a sudden to be, confined into a bed and told that I'm never going to walk again. You can imagine there's a lot of challenges out there. That ranks up there. And the woes are me started running as thick as any and fast as any river in the world. And then I was shipped off into rehabilitation. And then I saw my other patients that were in rehab who had brain injuries that were there but weren't there, or quadriplegics that were blowing in tubes to move their wheelchair around. Still had use of my hands, could feed myself. I wasn't breathing with the machine. And I guess that's when reality set in. And I'm not going to go into the full story right now because there is a section of the book that addresses this. And that's when I had to start looking at the blessings. And this is challenging. I think this is one of the most challenging parts about facing any challenges that are coming up in our life, is to not fall prey to the negative connotation of whatever it might be and focus on the blessings. That is such a powerful move when we're faced with the challenges, because if we just face on the negative stimuli outside of ourselves, well, that's what we're going to see. But if we can break that chain, and we can look at the blessings wherever they are, but choose to look at the blessings, I promise you, the blessings are more of what you're going to see. So once again, first video in a series about Unbroken, walking on new ground. I did not write this book to make money. I wrote this book upon requests. And then after I wrote the book, people are great, so publish it. And so I published it. It's on Amazon, and I have it marked at the very lowest price that I can sell the book for. I think I make maybe 35 cents off of the hard copy or the hardback, the soft copy or the hardback. And that's not why I wrote the book. I've overcome a lot in my life, and I feel that Unbroken, walking on new ground, will help individuals who might be facing challenges in their own life, a glimpse into what I used, the techniques that I used to get me through the challenging moments in my life. Because I can tell you what, I've overcome all of it. And the hardest days of my life, I've made it through. And I might not make the best videos in the world, but I'm not going to allow the great to stand in front of the good. And I'm going to share the knowledge that I've acquired along this road. So please give my videos a thumbs up, share my videos, and stay tuned for more to come. So, and just remember, you are stronger than you think.